Hey everybody, this is Kip with Cool Rides. I haven't done, had that name in forever. I don't know where that came from. America Bumper to Bumper. Today, we don't have a ton of car news, so this might be a shorter video than what we've done before, but got some car news. Going to talk a little bit about the channel. I can't remember if I've discussed yet the kind of direction I'm going to start taking the channel. I'll give you some updates on where we are sitting as far as views, subscribers, and all that goodie. And yeah. Also, throwing another car story. Sorry guys, I'm checking out batteries because I'm gotta make sure I'm all set for getting out there on the ice tomorrow and getting some footage last week. Hey Jason, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, so last week, the Sports Car Club of Vermont ended up canceling the ice time trials, so they're going to go ahead with it again this weekend. Apparently the ice is in much better condition, so we will be heading up there tomorrow morning and get a bunch of footage of the time trials and see how much you guys enjoy that when I start uploading those. So let's hop right into some news. If you guys were paying any sort of attention to the SEMA show back in November, one of the big vehicles that had a bunch of people reacting to it was the e-Copo Camaro, the electric Copo dragster Camaro. This story comes from Motor Trend, and it was posted up a day ago. And they were at Arizona. In Arizona at Wild Horse Pass drag strip. And they caught the e-Copo Camaro popping a wheelie, and it's a really good one. That's not just like the Dodge Challenger kind of lifting a wheel off. I mean, that's a full-on wheelie right there. The specs that they were able to get on the car. Let's see. Talk about being the right place at the time. Back to the run. The e-Copo ran a 10.14 on its first launch before eventually dropping the time down to a 10.03 at 138 miles an hour. That, for an electric car, is, in my opinion, mind-blowing. So a little background: the SEMA Darling e-Copo is a joint venture between McClure and Lane, McHugh and Lane Electric Race Cars and GM. Patrick McHugh is a high school shop teacher in Washington State. The motors and batteries were designed and manufactured by GM in Michigan, and then McHugh and his team integrated them into the e-Copo in Washington. The dual stack motors bolt right up to any transmission that can handle an LS motor. Think of it as a concept crate motor. The e-Copo uses the normal Copo's TH400 3-speed automatic, and the e-Copo is being built to run in the NHRA stock eliminator class. Output is just under 8. Oh, absolutely! Does it look interesting? Output is just under 800 horsepower, with each motor producing 317 pound-feet of torque for a total of 634 pound-feet. And if you know anything about electric cars, that is instantaneous torque. As soon as you press the pedal, you have 634 pound-feet of torque instantaneously. That's why you can see all these videos online of Tesla's beating the hell out of other drag cars, street racing and that sort of stuff. Is that it's instantaneous, which is really cool. The car uses a 32 kilowatt hour battery pack. Yeah, and zero emissions. Absolutely. 30 kilowatt battery pack with enough juice for 3 full burst launches. However, the eCopo team uses a car-specific 11 kilowatt charger to make sure the electric blue beastie is fully charged for every run. Why? Voltage is a limiting factor in RPMs. More RPMs, the more speed. Anecdotally, I've noticed that, for instance, a fully charged Model S launches better than one that's been a bit drained. First run that they said was 10.14. The drain rate was set at 50%. Later runs, it was a full-on. So I know I missed somebody talking here. Let me see. Hey, Nacho Dad, how's it going? Oh, yes, we're doing pretty good as far as weather here. It's Vermont's not getting the crappy, really cold wind chills and everything that other parts of the country is. Thank God. But the another thing that I found very interesting about this story is Al Oppenheiser, who you may know is the godfather of the modern Camaro. They got him, I got a comment out of him for this, and it says, Oppenheiser says, as Mary Barra and Mark Roos has made clear, we are transitioning our company into the next generation, a world of zero emissions, zero crashes, and zero congestion. I don't mind the emissions stuff, but the crashes and congestion, I'm still not sold on the self-driving car crap, but we'll see. eCopo is an example of what can be done to a traditionally internal combustion sport in a world of zero emissions. And how about that instant torque? So they're very close to a 9-second out-of-the-box dragster running on all electric, which is pretty cool. Okay, next one we're going to talk about, and this one might be sad for you, Jason. Toyota, it's looking like, is going to not stay in the minivan game after this current model of Sienna has run its course. This report is from Roadshow. Current Sienna has soldiered on since 2018 with slight visual and technological refresh and not much else. There's a new one on the way, but until then, don't expect much. Okay, I take that back. I should have read more. Toyota, get a license plate from Tennessee. How do you write? Oh, cool. Yeah, 400,000. Yeah, those, I love Toyotas, man, just because of the quality you can get out of them, the longevity. It's pretty cool. Jason, I might be sending you a plate as well. I gotta figure out if I can find where it is, so keep your eye out there. Toyota will basically leave the Sienna to languish until the next generation is introduced, which won't be for 2021. So they I got to get in a better habit of reading these stories before I go through them, because the headline, Toyota will let the current Sienna die a quiet death. To me, that says the Toyota, Sienna is going away. Oops, my bad. Staying with a Toyota slash Subaru vibe here, there has been a report that the BRZ slash Toyota 86 was going to be canceled, but according to this Jalopnik report, they've talked with both companies, Toyota and Subaru, and they said they're not going anywhere. They might not be working as close with each other. This is what Japanese Nostalgic Car reported. Apparently, Subaru and Toyota have deviated on their development policies and have decided to take separate roads. So there's still going to be a car similar to the 86. And they say, however, we think that this might make way for the MR2 to come back. If anybody doesn't know what an MR2 is, it was a small mid-engine sports car that Toyota has made on and off for 80s and early 2000s, I think. 80s cars were really cool, early 90s, and then the 2000s, version, in my opinion, was kind of hideous, but there are other people that really liked it. But Toyota, or Subaru, is definitely saying the BRZ is staying. It's not going anywhere. But there's a lot of speculation because of a fourth-cylinder model of the Supra that they weren't going to do. Toyota wasn't going to do the 86, but yes, MR2 was like the Fiero. It was much better done than the Fiero. I did a video not long ago, a year ago, on the Fiero. GM could have had a really cool, inexpensive sports car like nobody else had they tried not to cut too many corners, and it did look better than the Fiero as well. But the Fiero, the body on it was very innovative because it was plastic. All the body pieces could be taken off. There's a crash structure underneath. Way better done than the Fiero, absolutely. The big problems with the Fiero was the fact that all the front end components, suspension wise, were from a Chevy Chevette, and everything in the back, the engine, transmission, drive shafts, if you look at it close enough, you will notice, you'll see that it's a front end, or front, it was simply crap. Yeah. Fiero GT, classic rides. Thanks for coming in. Fiero GT, I think, definitely was the best looking out of all of them. But still, they screwed it up by just taking a front wheel drive engine, transmission, and everything, and just shoved it in the back. Yes, and there's all sorts of conversions nowadays, 350s, the supercharged 3800s, you name it. LS motors have been in there, Fieros, so I mean, it's very, overly done now. But if I remember correctly, the engine, transmission, all that stuff was out of the Chevy Citation, or I think the other one would be the Pontiac Phoenix, maybe something, that car chassis. Neither the Chevette nor the Citation were meant to handle like a car of that caliber. Swap in an LS4 from an Impala. Yeah. Yeah, the front wheel drive V8s, is just the way to do it with those the Fieros, because you don't have to worry about messing around with figuring out how you're going to get a transmission to work with it. Yeah, it's way to go with the Fieros. So that is all I'm going to say about the Subaru and potential of an MR2 and whatnot. I don't know if you guys have seen yet online the commercial that will be aired in the Super Bowl for the new Gladiator, the Jeep Gladiator. From what a few things I've read, there's a huge uproar over this commercial in the Jeep world because FCA, Fiat Chrysler, crushed a real 1963 Jeep Gladiator to make this commercial. For those of you who have not seen it, it is online. If you go to YouTube, the Jeep Big Game Blitz Gladiator Jeep truck, you'll be able to see it there. But basically, Crusher, the forklift, takes a 63 Jeep Gladiator, puts it in a crusher, crushes down part of the way, most of the way, something like that, and then the thing stops and it starts being pushed back up, and out pops the new Jeep Gladiator. For me, I think it was a great commercial, very inventive. But people were all getting ticked about the whole crushing a, classic Gladiator. Now, I can only imagine. Yeah, it is kind of sad to think, but I can only hope that there was so much wrong with the Gladiator that they crushed, that it was something that wasn't worth trying to to save. But if it was something that was rebuildable, then that is a shame. Classic vehicles, regardless of what you think. Yeah, I'm hoping, like you say, Jason, I'm hoping it was a rust bucket. The video doesn't show it as a bad-looking vehicle, but maybe it was CGI. Maybe. It could be. No, they actually, it's this ad. That's my wife in the background. No, the ad actually says that they crushed a real vehicle.
All right.
So, what do you guys think? Was that were we hoping that it's all a crappy Jeep, or how do you guys feel? All right. Staying on topic of the FCA, this one is a Dodge story. There's a new color that is coming out for 2019 for the. Yeah, I'm fairly sure it wasn't worthy either, but we can only hope. Yeah, I'm hoping it was pretty rusted up. My guess, like I said, body didn't look terribly bad. Hey, Doug, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. The body didn't look bad, but I can only imagine that, maybe the bed was rotted out. Maybe the floorboards were rotted out. Maybe the frame was rotted, stuff like that, so it just wasn't worth, trying to do something with. But anyways, so Dodge Challenger and Charger are getting a new color for 2019, and that color is one that is well known for any of you Mopar fans, Jason. And that color is Sublime. Yeah. So 2019, you can get a Sublime, Charger, or Challenger. Yes, sir. I like that color. The Hulk-like hue joins B5 Blue, Mango, Go Mango, F8 Green, Plum Crazy, and Torred as Dodge's lineup of old school retina burning paint. This is the first time Sublime is offered on the Challenger Scat Pack and SRT Hellcat models, which makes sense since both debuted after the color went into semi-retirement. It can also be splashed on the wide body, and for the first time since 1970, the Challenger TA. I thought you were going to say pink. Yeah, no. But I think I think they did a pink color when the car first came out, because I seem to remember going to a Cars and Coffee and talking to a guy about his Challenger, and he said it was a 1 year specific color. One of the first years the Challenger came out. It wasn't really pink, but it was definitely had a pink hue to it. So Dodge, Challenger, and Chargers, Sublime. Yes. All right. Couple of recalls. One is a bike recall. Harley Davidson is recalling 44,000 white or black vehicles, but Mopar has a way to make bright colors and just, yeah, they do look good. Harley is recalling 44,000. Did someone say Sublime? Hey, Sublime Racer, thanks for stopping in. Great to have you here. Harley is recalling 44,000 street 500s and 750s for brake issues. August of 2018, Harley Davidson emitted a massive global-wide recall for faulty brakes on close to 250,000 units of some of its bigger models. The company has now confirmed that it has in fact announced a recall, the first of 2019, for brake problems once more. This time, the streets are targeted, and customers waiting for delivery of theirs will have to be patient. Government shutdown has had a number of effects, including delays on additions to the latest recalls to the NHTSA website, which is probably why I haven't seen a whole lot of recalls on online lately. Makes sense. But let's see, Harley Davidson has confirmed that 43,908 Street 500s and 750s are under recall, 12,800 of which have been sold in the U.S. So if you have a Harley Street, you might want to be checking your mail for recall. And last little thing before we just throw out some, stuff there for you guys to ponder, is Ram is recalling 160,000 light-duty pickup trucks over a fastener. Losing power steering isn't the end of the world, but it is, if it happens because of a poorly fastened component, it's grounds for a recall. Ram has issued a recall of 160,000 2019 Ram 1500 light-duty trucks. The vehicles in question were built before October 25th, 2018. In addition to those recalls in the U.S., the recall extends to another 20,000 or so trucks in other parts of the hemisphere. Problem stems from a single fastener. This fastener, which is meant to complete the battery's ground circuit, may not be properly secured. If the connection gets loose enough, it can create an open circuit that can cause, it could disable the truck's power steering. Steering would still work, but it would take extra force, especially at low speeds, which anybody that's got an old car probably, had to feel once in a while a car when your power steering goes down, so that's always a lot of fun. So I know that I got a good friend that's got a new Ram 1500, so I'll have to check with him to see if his is part of that recall. All right, the channel, give me an update on where I'm sitting on everything. We are up to 274 subscribers right now, which I am really psyched about. Majority of the ones I've gotten over the past few weeks are thanks to Jason, the old car auto guy, and Straight Six Fan, their live streams. If you haven't checked those out on Thursdays at Eastern Time, 274. All right, yeah. I'm really psyched about that. Thursday nights, and Jason, it's at 8 Eastern, 9 Atlantic, and 7 Central. Anyways, it's a great time. It's about a half hour worth of small YouTubers chatting about just about everything. So if you guys haven't been over there yet, head over to that Thursday nights, and it's a really good time. Where else? What was I going to say? Yes. Another thing I want to thank Jason for is TubeBuddy. He talked about that in one of the live streams, and I really can't afford to another payment right now, but decided to cat making a cameo. Yeah, do have a cat sitting around. Yeah, we've got 5 cats, so it's a 5 cats and a dog, so it's a real madhouse around here sometimes. TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is free for certain things. If you want help with like tags and other things, then you have to Hellcats. Yeah, there are a couple of them that are Hellcats. If you want a few extra features, you have to pay for it. But being a small YouTuber under 1,000 subscribers, they give it to a discount on the cost. It's like $5 a month, and I have seen huge things with them. By doing the I don't normally like paying for that sort of stuff, but I did. I wanted to try it and see if it was worth the $5. And I gotta say, for me, anyways, it is. I went through most of my higher viewed videos and took some of their advice on changing titles or adding more tags and all that sort of stuff. And for a while there, I was getting views on some of these videos like I haven't got since I first uploaded them. So I was very, very happy with that. Excuse me. So that's so far it's worth my investment in there, just for the views that I've gotten. So if you guys are this is not a paid promotion. I don't get anything special from them for saying that, but for me it's been worth the few extra bucks. All right, can't remember if I've said this before, but I wanted to let you guys know what kind of direction kind of taking the channel. I haven't gotten the kind of views that I'd always hoped for with the car show videos. There's a few of them that have done very well. But the individual videos definitely have gotten far better views than anything else. So what I'm planning on doing once we get into the new season, which might be the end of March, depending on a couple of the shows if I want to travel for them. I will probably do flyby of a majority of the show, and then I'm going to go and find the cars that I think are just outrageous or cool, whatever, and do individual videos on those specific cars. See how that goes for a while. Other thing is, and I know you guys, everybody here has their own channel and they're trying to grow it themselves. But the other thing that I've tried to do since I switched from Cool Rides of New England to America Bumper to Bumper is I'm still trying to and hoping to find smaller YouTubers, guys that don't want to wait the years in some cases to get the 1,000 subscribers and get the view times so that they can be monetized, to consider coming on board and showcasing their videos on this channel. And then as we get to the 1,000 subscribers, any sort of ad revenues that come in from their specific videos will get sent to them. So it's kind of circumventing, and I don't know if probably against the rules for YouTube, but we'll see. But that's something that I'm still hoping, especially when I get to that 1,000 subscribers, it might be a whole lot easier to convince people to give it a shot. But I'm still hoping. I have my daughter in Virginia that's occasionally able to find and upload videos. I had a guy in Massachusetts that was helping me out, but he injured himself and just hasn't had the time or the ability right now to do videos. So sorry, Classic. I don't know what you're writing there. And I know it shouldn't be a big push to monetize, but is something I do hope for eventually. If I doubt I'm going to get as big as, or at this point, get as big as, Street Speed or Vehicle Virgins. But it's still early compared to where they are, because they're both in the 5 or 6 year range of doing this, and anyways, I don't have a whole lot more for you for tonight, unless you guys got questions or anything you want to chat about in the comment section. So I'm going to give you guys a second to throw anything in there that you want to. Don't worry about the monetization. It's only pennies when I only have 1,400 subs. Yeah, but it's a start. I think that people might take what I'm trying to do more seriously if they might be able to get a piece of the pie. Maybe not. But we'll see. Anything else you guys want to chat about? I don't know if you guys have gone over to the channel and looked at my newest How Well Did It Hold Up video. It was an 07 GMC Sierra crew cab. It's pretty cool. Provincial Antique Auto Show in 2020. That's cool. That would be a fun thing to do. I'll have to get a enhanced driver's license so I can go across the border. Something I probably should do if you're on the East Coast and can come to Canada. Yeah, I would actually really like to come out and see where you're at. Jason, you look it looks really nice in all the videos that you're doing with the miles to empty. I guess I was way off on that. Oh well. Honey, you got anything you want to throw in there?
Nope, can't think of anything.
All right. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you all for stopping in and chatting and listening to me rant about everything that's been going on. Have a night. Hopefully it's a good one.